Hello, I'm back again. Something that happened yesterday. Oh my goodness. So oftentimes depression and anxiety shows up in teens as irritability, right? It's like, well, how do I know if they're depressed or anxious? If they're always irritable, they're teenagers. Of course they're irritable. But this is like takes it to an extreme level. It's not just sort of a general irritability, but this is prolonged. It's about things that would not normally cause irritability, and then usually, again, there's some underlying things. So it doesn't necessarily show up as just sadness like it does in adults. It shows up as irritability. So that's why it's kind of hard to identify when teens have depression and anxiety. But oh my teen, oh how I love them. Yesterday, pretty simple thing. So I was typing a text to someone, and it was a quite private text, and my child's looking over my shoulder. I'm like, hey, don't do that. Like, I'm typing something that's private. You don't like it when I look over your shoulder onto your screen. Like, don't do the same to me, right? Just sort of, like do unto others as you would have them do unto you, right? Simple thing, little lesson. Could have moved on. They then went on to say, well, you do it to me and it's not fair and all this other stuff, and then proceeded to stomp off, refused to go into therapy, refused to participate, got aggressive, a little handsy, not necessarily violent, but was definitely on the edge of violence. And so I had to make sure that I properly navigated that so we did not get to violence, because I saw where they could go into a violent state. And so, again, it wasn't about the screen. Every time my child has like a test or some kind of big performance or some kind of evaluation where they have to perform, they get anxious. And I know that they have a performance today and a test tomorrow. And so they're very anxious, right, about what's going on. But that didn't show up as being, sort of withdrawing or feeling sad. None of that stuff. It showed up as irritability. So understand what's going on in your kids' lives, what their triggers are, and to be mindful of it. And so, again, it was a very small thing, a very small learning lesson that we were trying to have, and it blew up into something that lasted about at least 2-3 hours, and then afterwards calmed down, was back to normal, almost literally forgot what happened, which is another thing we're working on with the psychiatrist of why do we go through these things and then they forget, and we can't even learn a lesson and be better because you don't even remember it happening. So that's just my little anecdote for today about teens and depression and anxiety and how it can show up as irritability, which is different than how it shows up in adults. Have a great day.